Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's session. My name is Wanchala John, a trainer with AFR001 in collaboration with Google Digital Skills for Africa. I'm joined in with my colleague Orwa Joseph, who will be our moderator for the day. Feel free, guys, to engage him. Feel free to tell him his name, to tell him your names and where you are joining us from. And after that, we shall see how far we can go with today's discussion. I just hope all of you are doing well. And as we are starting our discussion for the day, we are going to talk more about how to use marketing tools and social media to grow your business online. Are you there and you have a business? Are you there and during this time of pandemic, you've not been able to accomplish some of your goals as a business person? So feel free, guys. Tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us your name and some of the things that you've been doing to get customers come to your stall. So just to start us off, guys, feel free to familiarize yourself with the chat box. Familiarize yourself with the buttons. Just feel free to share with us what are you expecting to learn out of this particular webinar, and also some of the things that you are looking forward to gaining out of this particular webinar. I can see always already in the chat box, and as much as possible, I want you people to pay attention to some of the links that he will be sharing with you so that you can learn more on this particular topic that we are going to discuss for the day. So, guys, I know we are expecting a lot of people from Makweni, and the Makweni team, just feel free to share this link out there. Remind people that we are live, and let them feel free to engage us and get the best out of this particular webinar. So guys, as I said before, our main discussion for today is going to be how do you use some of the marketing tools and some of the social media platforms that we have to grow your business. And having talked about that, guys, we are going to focus our discussion into three main agenda points. First of all, we are going to see how to set up and optimize your Google My Business listing. So Google My Business, at the end of this particular program, I'll expect each one of you to know what Google My Business is. From the term Google My Business, what does it give you? And how best are you supposed to optimize that particular Google My Business for it to be beneficial to your business? Number two, because we know the world is going online and everybody is like, am I doing the right thing on the internet? Am I marketing right on the digital platform? The next thing we are going to look at is a plan on how to develop a digital marketing strategy. How do you develop a good strategy online? And then lastly, we are just going to see how do you leverage on social media channels and email marketing. So guys, feel welcome. We are going to go in depth in so much that I've just shared. And also, if you have any question, feel free to post it on the chat, and my moderator will just hook up with me and be in a position to answer some of them that I would not have paid attention to. So feel free, guys, hit us up on the chat. Tell us your name just to see where you're joining us from, and then I'll say hi, and I'll be glad to see how best we can proceed. To start us off, guys, let me start by just asking this simple question. Which marketing tools do you currently use? What are some of the ways that you've been using so that your customers out there can know that so-and-so is in this line of business? Can you just hit us up on the chat, guys? Tell us, have you been using this particular platform, and how did it work for you? Did you enjoy the results that came in hand with them? Did you enjoy whatever you saw with that particular platform, or what were some of the challenges? So feel free to tell us on the chat, guys, some of the marketing tools that you currently use, and I will be looking at the list as we start our first discussion for the day. And as I said, we are going to focus more on how to set up and optimize your Google My Business listing. And just to ask, how many of you have ever heard of Google My Business? And when you hear the word Google, what comes to your mind? And then my business. Of course, the greatest thing is when you hear the word Google My Business, it exactly means somebody being able to find you on the Google platform. And if it's on Google platform, what are some of the things that you need to put in place so that people can easily know or get the information out there that you are looking for? When we are talking about Google My Business, we are referring to a free tool, which is which is used for businesses and organizations to manage their online presence across Google. So this is a tool that Google developed where a business or any organization that is existing can easily be found on Google Search and on Google Maps, which means the owner of the business or the organization can easily feed in information. And what type of information are you in a position to feed? You are in a position to feed your business name, your location, your hours of operation, and you can, the good thing also, you can easily monitor and interact with some of the customers that have reviewed your services or products. So you find when you register your business on Google My Business, you'll be in a position to have all these being relayed to your customers. I see Martin joining us from Runda. Thank you, Martin. Feel free and just tell us some of your expectations and what you are looking forward to gaining out of this particular webinar. And as I just shared, the moment you are referring to Google My Business, it is a platform where you as a business owner, you are in a position to enter all the important information that you want to relay outside there. And also it gives you the opportunity to showcase some of the pictures and some of the information that customers want to hear from you. So let us just look at some of the advantages that come with this Google My Business. And mark you guys, Google My Business is a free business profile. So which means the moment you are registered on Google My Business, you are in a position to be found on Google Search and on Google Maps at no cost. And by listing your business on Google Maps, you are getting an exclusive online presence showing where your business is based, and also it means people get to know who you really are and where you are situated. So let us just look at some of the advantages that you can get if you are now on Google My Business. Advantages: you can engage with customers on Google for free. That is one advantage. And when we are talking about engaging with customers, have you ever asked yourself, if somebody comes to my shop, what are some of the things that they're interested in? What pleases them and what does not please them? So you as a business, with all this information, it is very important for you to just know this is working and this is not working, and how best can I tailor my content so that I can get the best out of this particular platform. So number one, you find that you can attract customers with a great business profile. You can easily convince people that you are the business who you really are in person by having a great business profile. And when I say a profile, it means it is fully updated. You have the pictures, you have the location, you have some of the reviews, so people know this person is really in this particular business. Number two, it gives customers more ways to reach you. Customers can easily SMS you, they can call you, or maybe leave reviews so that you can review them and say, yes, I did see this and we are working on it, or we are having a proper way of seeing how best we can utilize it. So when you are referring to getting reviews, you find out that to find out that most of the things that you are doing will be of this and of this kind of nature. And number three, it can also be in a position to see how customers connect with your business. For example, if somebody comes to your business, you as a businessman, you'll ask yourself, where did they come from? How did they get to hear about me? So that is very important so that you can easily know if they come from this particular platform and they landed to your platform, you can easily get to find out what does this particular person offer. Are we in the same line of business? And what are some of the things that we can put in place so that we can have this in order? I want to show you how to create a Google My Business account. And before even I go to that step, number one, let me ask, the moment you want to start a business, what are some of the key things that you need to put in place? The first thing, you'll ask yourself, what will be the name of my business? The second thing, who do I want to deal with? The third thing, where will I situate my business? How will people contact me? Those are some of the important questions that everyone asks themselves about. And when we are talking about all these, you find out that the first thing that is very important, somebody will know you by your name. So creating a Google My Business gives you all these particular advantages to showcase all this important information to the public, and people can easily resonate with you. So let me start by saying this. Number one, you can add your name on Google by just registering a name on Google My Business. And the first thing, if you get a name, that will be the first identity. And ask yourself, which particular business category are you in? Are you interested in? And if you are in this particular category, does this category cover all the products or the services that I do? Number three, where is it located? And if it is located in this particular area, Google My Business gives you an opportunity to go outside it. It will tell you, do you serve any other area outside your location? So the moment we are talking about all these things, we are trying to see what are some of the things that you need to put in place for you to get the right thing at hand. And then number four, you also need to add your contact details. What are some of the contact details that are available for you? And when you're talking about contact details, ask yourself, how will people reach out to me? Will they write emails to me? Will they call me? Will they SMS me? So Google My Business gives you that opportunity, and you are in a position to get that right. And then the last step, which is very, very important, before you go live on Google, having entered your business name, your business category, your location, and your contact details, the last thing, you need to get that particular profile being verified. And when we are talking about verification, it means you need to have that particular business verified. And that's where us as Africa 118 come to you and assist you in verifying that particular business. And my moderator, Orwa Joseph, will be posting a link on how you can get your business verified at the last stage. And the moment you are just seeing this page on your screen, this is the last page that you will experience the moment you have fed in all that information. And when it comes here, you are not supposed to choose the postcard option. You are supposed to choose verify later. That is where the moment you get verified, the business will be live on Google Maps and on Google Search within the next 24 hours. And then just to point out some things, you remember during this particular pandemic time, most businesses either started operating and they were told you are only allowed to operate until 7 p.m. And that was the curfew imposed in Kenyan market. So most businesses were affected, and businesses were like, am I in a position to serve my clients from morning till 7? And maybe most of my clients are working. So the only time they can come to my shop is after 6 or maybe towards 7. So most businesses were experiencing losses or maybe a reduced flow of customers to their stalls. And that is why Google came up with the this particular Google My Business listing, which can show you that this particular business, they're operating on these specific hours. And just having a Google My Business listing verified is not enough. So the main question you need to ask yourself, is it complete? Have you fed in all the information that Google wants to get from you as the businessman? And the reason, if you get everything right and have a complete Google My Business listing, you'll find research shows that you'll get 2.7 times being considered as reputable. And that means so many people will know this person is real and this person is genuine and he's dealing with this and that. So whenever we are talking about particular things to be done online, you ask yourself, is this thing genuine? And if you have a complete listing with pictures, with contact information, with ways that people have either reviewed you, and some of the pictures of your team, and also you delivering that particular service or that particular product to someone, people will easily resonate and say this particular business is okay. Another statistics show that 50% of people are more likely to make a purchase if they find a complete listing on Google. Let me ask, if somebody tells you something they do, the first thing you'll ask yourself, is it really genuine? If you go online, you find the same information that they're telling you is the same information that is online. So it builds up the kind of trust that is very important when you're transacting money with somebody who is on online platform. So 50% of people will be more likely to buy from you if you have a complete listing. And then just to add also 70%, that is very high, will be attracted to the location. You can imagine you're online, you're looking for a Christmas present, and then you go online and then you say Christmas present that I can purchase for my family, or maybe your dad or mom or your son. And then the moment you type in that, you find a Google My Business listing appearing, and they tell you they are situated maybe next to your location, because Google tries to showcase to you a listing that is close. It is close to your particular location where you are. So it means if you get your location right and people are online and are looking for the product or services that you are offering, the probability of them visiting your store and see what you have is high than just having a complete listing with no pictures, and maybe no contact information. I want to show you how best to manage now this Google My Business listing. And just to check some of the feedback that I'm getting, guys. Remember, we are discussing more on Google My Business, and I did say you can share with us some of the ways that you as a businessman, you've been marketing your business. What were some of the things that you are considering when you're marketing your business? And when you are looking at this, you ask yourself, am I doing the right thing online? And after having, remember I said Google My Business is free. So the first thing that you're supposed to ask yourself, am I managing it rightly? Am I putting in the information that is required? So make sure you are logged in with your Google My Business account. You as a business person, do you have an account? What is your account? Search for your business on Google. That is the second thing. When you search for it on Google, is somebody managing it? And if it is that person managing it, do you know the person managing it, so that you can request for ownership from that particular person, so that it means you have complete rights to that particular profile? And then the second thing, you'll see a menu coming up to update your information. If it is being managed by somebody, you will request access. If it is not being managed by anyone, it means it will ask you to update the information that is online, which means Google knows this information was provided, but the owner of the business has not validated it. So you'll update the information online, create a post or promos, add some of the pictures, and then also look at some of the reviews that are available. And then the last point will now be how to be verified, and the information online will be updated. Just to touch a little bit on some of the things that you need to put in place on Google My Business. Remember, I started by saying Google My Business requires you to have a good photo. And when you are talking about a photo, it's just not a matter of taking every kind of photo and posting. Do you have a logo? And a logo help customers recognize your brand. When you are talking about a logo, I don't know how many of you know Safaricom logo. The moment you see a Safaricom logo, you are like, yes, this is the Safaricom product and this is what I'm dealing with. The second thing is a cover photo. Are you having a cover photo that represents your business? So having a cover photo is one thing and having a logo is another. Having a cover photo is one thing and having a logo is another thing. So ask yourself, am I going to add extra photos? And these extra photos, will they be the exterior part of my business? Will they be the interior part of my business? So which means if people come to that online platform, they can easily see this is the logo, this is the cover photo, and this is the external part of the business, this is the interior part, and this is the team that I expect to meet when I go to that particular person. And I remember one person once said, pictures speak a lot to human brains. The moment somebody mentions something to you, the first thing that comes to you is, am I in a position to connect to that particular image? Ask yourself that question. If I say, have you ever been on an airplane? The first thing you'll just see, okay, fine, I've ever seen planes flying around, but have I ever been on one particular plane? So if you've ever been in that particular plane, I'm very sure you'll close your eyes, look at that image in your brain, and now come say, yes, I've ever been in a plane, and this was my experience. So as a business person, ask yourself, am I in the right position to know that my customers can connect with me using the image that I've uploaded? Is it right? Is it okay? So the moment we are talking about adding photos, put all photos which are essential and which will speak more on some of the things that you are supposed to do or consider. Having talked about photos, another thing that you also need to update is the information sector. And when you're talking about the information sector, here you need to add the working hours. What time do you open and what time do you close? What time do you do this and what time do you accomplish this? So by looking at that, I'll know if I need to be in this stall, I need to plan my activity knowing these people are open from this particular time and this time they are closed. So it assists your customers to plan their visits. That is one. Two, you can also update some of the services that you do. What other extra services do you do? What do you usually do? And the moment you do that, people will get to know what are your business information? What do I deal with? What are some of the things that I need to put in place? And whenever we are talking about updating your business information, do you have all your products on the Google My Business? Do you have some of the services? Can you highlight some of the key things that you deal with? And then also, if you have appointment links, are you having appointment links with others? So, guys, be as much as detailed as possible so that Google, the moment it relays this information to a customer, they will be in a position to connect with you. I don't know if there is any question before I look at how to be competitive on Google My Business. Let me just see people joining us. Just tell us your name, tell us where you are joining us from, and some of the things that you are looking forward at this particular webinar. I see Samuel Kimoyo saying, joining from Darajani ICT Center. Great, Daniel. And I see also Reynold Mbada from Mulala. I see Lily Ndinda from Kikima, CIC. Thank you very much, guys, for joining. And also I see Alex Kilonzi joining from Mtongoni Center, ICT. I think you people are doing great, and also take advantage of these ICT centers that you people are having and get to explore more about it. And just to continue with our discussion, guys, keep on posting those questions that you are having on the chat, and my moderator Orwa will be answering some of them and forwarding some to me. Let me ask, how now do you stay competitive? The first thing that I usually ask myself, if you are going to any market, the first thing is, How are you going to penetrate the market? You are new as a business person. Have you understood the competition in the market? Have you looked at everything that comes with the market? So always make informed marketing decisions. That is one thing that you can be getting out of GMB. Because if you go on Google My Business and type a product that maybe different business are offering, which particular profile will come up first? What are they doing different that you are not doing? That will also assist you in making informed decisions. Number two, understand what services you offer to customers. What are some of the key services that you offer? Always ask yourself, am I doing this? The second thing, learn from the success and mistakes of others. Maybe somebody posted something and it is not okay. And how did people interact? So identify how to stand out from the crowd. This is very, very important. There are so many people, they do what we call copy pasting. You see a business has represented itself this way online, and you go again and just represent the same way the other business is. So you'll find you'll not be in a position to be unique. And being unique is very essential, guys. I want us to just check some of the profiles here. If you look at that image on your screen, you can see a gentleman there and a lady, and you can see the white mark on their eyes, and you can see the blue attire. If you look at that, and they're talking about designs, by just looking at the image before even you read the information on your left hand side, what comes to your mind? You'll just say, this is a designer. So you as a business person, ask yourself, the image that I'm putting up here, what will people think or resonate with before they even read? And remember, as I began, I said, pictures speak a lot to people. So anything that you do, anything that you post online, ask yourself, what picture will they create in their minds? Remember, this is an invalid design, and they went online on Google My Business, added their business information, they added their products, and also posted some of the photos. This is just a statistics that I want to share with you. So after creating all these, one thing that Google My Business gives you is a free one-pager website. So if you don't have money to have a website, the first thing that will come to you is, what is the free pager website that I'm going to showcase to people? What's the information that I'm going to showcase to people outside there? And by just being online for about 2 weeks, they were able to get this kind of statistics, 1.5 thousand product views in the first 10 days of the website launch. You can imagine, so many people visited their website after being registered on Google My Business, and that is 1.5 thousand. If I may ask, do you think the same number of people would have known what Invalid Designs does if they did not have a website? And also, by just posting that, they needed to add 2 employees so that they can be managing all these particular platforms that they are talking about. Some of them to be receiving calls, some of them just to be answering the questions that people are asking online. And they created a job. You as a business person, are you creating a job out there for people to be employed? And then also we find 30% finding value listing while searching for a category or product, which means if you have a complete business, people, if they don't know your name, they'll go for the product. And if it is a common product, they will get to find your name. If you've updated their services, if they're looking for the services, they will get to find your name. So ask yourself, have I included my products? Have I included my business category? Have I included my services? So those are some of the things that people use so that they can come to your product. Let us look at a second example. Here we have Juma Tours. And the same way you're seeing this guy, he is in tours and travels. And he said he never had Google My Business before. And you can see his testimony there saying, Google My Business is the best perfect tool to stand out, to showcase different tours, stay in touch with customers, promote new offers, and win new clients. If you look at these statistics, within the first 1 week after verification, he got 89, he got an increase of 89 people visiting his store in the first week because of just that. And also because of the traffic, he was in a position to create employment to 3 extra people. So he's not in a position to add that. And one thing that I want to share with all of you who are aspiring to be business people or maybe in business, the moment you create employment to some of your employees, the main thing or main focus is you'll know their livelihoods depend on you, and you'll strive as you can to see how best to succeed. And then also you've got 56% of the clients find businesses via generic search. So generic search, it means you've not paid anything, but 56% of their clients only got them online, and that is on search. So listing your business on Google My Business gives you that advantage. And now I want to pause for questions, guys. Is there any question that you have on Google My Business? Remember, I said Google My Business is a free tool that all of you can take advantage of. And when you come to verification, we will be in a position to assist you verify some of your businesses. Just look at the chat. I see Caroline Mwasa from Kalawani. Thank you, Caroline, for joining. I see Tabitha Mbui. I also see Kalibi from Makweni. Thank you very much, guys, for joining. Feel free to invite some of your friends so that they can join in this particular discussion that we are having. Having said that, guys, remember I started by asking, what are some of the ways that you use to market your business online? What have you done to market your business? I know most of you, maybe some of you will say, I do put some pictures on WhatsApp, either your status, WhatsApp status, or Facebook stories or WhatsApp stories. So somebody can be in a position to see some of the products. But have you ever asked yourself, am I in a position to measure that? How many people saw and how many people will buy after seeing that particular status? And that is why it is very important for you to start with the fundamentals. If Google offers you a free tool as Google My Business, what am I doing with it? Number two, I want now to show you the best strategy when you are using the digital marketing options. What are some of the things that you need to put in place? Let me ask, what are some of the types of marketing that you've ever used previously? These are some of the traditional ways. And when you are looking at that, you can see in your screens, you can see there is KBC there, those are tellies. You can see some newspaper, you can see a billboard, and some of the things just trying to market themselves. And the moment you see this kind of nature, have you ever asked yourself, how much does it take to put an advert about my business on a newspaper or on a magazine? How much does it take for me to make an advert on television? The moment you make an advert on KBC, is it also going to be aired on NTV? How many people watch KBC nowadays? How many people watch Citizen nowadays? You ask yourself for that question. Compare that cost. Will you opt for traditional marketing or will you opt for digital marketing? Digital marketing, on the other hand, is where now you use the internet. You can easily go for Google Ads. You can also choose to use the Facebook. You can also choose to use the WhatsApp. So these are some of the things that you do on the digital platform. And then just to share with you some of the differences between digital marketing and traditional marketing. I know some of you might have answered without knowing how much does it take for you to advertise on newspaper, and how much does it take you to advertise on Google? Ask yourself that question. I usually ask everyone, if we tell you to advertise on Google and maybe you are paying 5,000 on Google Ads, how much will it take for you to advertise on newspaper? Any comment, guys? And then just looking at that, most of you will agree with me. Going digital will be less costly as compared to the traditional marketing. Another thing, on the digital marketing aspect, you are easy to interact and engage with people. On the other side, if you put your post on newspaper, you'll find it will be a one-way thing. It will not be a two-way thing. It will just be you and people reading whatever you've done. Or if you put an advert on telly, the news broadcast will just advertise it and people will not be in a position to interact. But if you put it on Facebook, you shall see how people are engaging and you can easily emphasize or maybe make some things which are not clear with your previous advert. Also, we have high return on investment on the digital marketing, but on the traditional, it's a short term. If I may ask, do you remember what was advertised on telly 3 days ago? You'll be like 3 days ago. So it is short term. But if you go digital, I'm very sure if something was advertised 2 months ago, you can just go online, refer to it, and be in a position to say, I'm dealing with this. And then with time you find digital is time consuming. You need to be there throughout and engage with guys. But on the traditional, you'll find you do not require time. It is a one-off thing. You just put everything in order and then advertise. I just now want to focus more on the digital marketing perspective. Just to see guys joining, I see George Kinywanzi from Tawa. I also see Obadia Mumo from Makweni and also Andrew Mwange. I see also Stephen Munuve. Thank you guys for joining, and also feel free to engage with us on the chat. Feel free to ask questions and also join in our discussion. I only want to discuss about some 6 main types of digital marketing. When we are talking about digital marketing, we are referring to mainly these 6 types. Number one, we have the search engine marketing. And when we are talking about search engine marketing, we are trying to advertise on search engine. And here's where you pay for so that your ad can be shown on the Google search. And then on the contrary, we have search engine optimization. And here is where we do not pay for our ads. Here, whatever you put will only be reflecting because of the content that you've put up there. Number two, we have social media marketing. Here is we are using the social networks to gain traffic and attention and reach new people. That is the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Snapchat. You can go on and mention others. And then also we have display marketing. And when we are talking about display, it comes with some visuals. It's an online advertising on multiple websites across the internet. You can be browsing on a given platform and then you find a banner ad, either Jumia ad following you up. That's kind of a display, just trying to show you this and this is what we are offering and this is the price, or it is having a promotion code, and if you apply it, you'll get this particular discount. And then also we have something which is very, very important, that is the content marketing. I don't know how many of you have ever written blogs, or you've ever done guides, or you've ever dealt with infographics. So the content that you put in place also is a type of digital marketing. For example, you remember the time that our super fast marathon runner, Kipchoge, was in a position to run below the 2-hour mark. To bring down all the points that were very essential, looking at the pace setters, how they were running beside him and what they were doing. They were trying to motivate him so that he can break the record. So the moment you're looking at that particular content, you'll find somebody is using that particular race and trying to bring some information to the readers of that particular article. So the information that you are bringing in that particular article, using the content, will also persuade or communicate to people so that they can make a certain decision. And then lastly, we also have email or SMS marketing. Some of these means you collect the emails or phone numbers of guys and you are in a position to communicate with them. Some of you maybe might have received emails. Some of you might have received SMSs informing them about this particular session. So those are some of the things that you also need to put in place and know they. And let us discuss more on Google Ads. I know you've ever heard of Google, but have you ever heard of Google Ads? Google Ads basically means Google advertisements. And when you're talking about Google, is where people search for what to do, where to go, and what to buy. That is what we refer as a customer journey online. What to do, where to go, and what to buy. Right now, I'm very sure most people are busy looking at what gift am I getting, either my grandparents because I'm going up country, or what are some of the things that I'm going to surprise my loved one, or there's so many things, or there are special people in your life. So the moment you are going to do all this, you ask yourself, am I doing the right thing online? And what will come online, you'll consider as the best thing. Talking about Google Ads, I'll show you how to sign up for Google Ads, and then during your free time, you can explore this and you can see how best it can assist your business to move from one place to another. Number one, log into Google accounts or sign up into Google accounts. And when you want to do that, go to ads.google.com. I'll repeat, my moderator will be posting that link to you guys. Write ads.google.com. The moment you do that, click on it, and then you will log in if you've ever had an account. If you've never logged in, you'll need to sign up. So the moment you sign up, click on campaigns, and then it will take you to select a new campaign. So remember, a campaign the same way, because I know Kenya with politics, it is just a campaign that you are doing online so that you can promote your business. So the moment we are talking about creating a new campaign, Google Ads makes it easier to show the world what's unique about your business. So the first thing they will ask you, tell us about your goal. What is your goal as a business? After telling us your goal, you decide where do you want to advertise. And then number three, which is very important, talking about content, you are supposed to ask yourself, what information am I going to put out there? Set your budget cap, and then lastly, you need now to go live. What is your budget? And then you go live. So guys, to break it down for you guys, when you ask to set your goal, you as a business, do you want to get more calls to come to your business? Do you want to increase the visits to your store? Do you want to drive people to your website? Those are some of the big questions that you're supposed to ask yourself. And the moment you get it right, please pick one goal, go about it, and then the moment you achieve it, you'll be in a position now to progress to another goal. When we ask you, where do you want to advertise? Here's we are trying to look at where your ad will reach. So, for example, if I'm having 1,000 bob to make an ad on Google, Google will ask me, do you want only to advertise people in Nairobi? Because I'm located in Nairobi. If you want to in Nairobi, it will tell you with this budget, this ad would be with this amount, it will be in a position to reach this particular number of people. If you see it is very minimal, you can increase your budget so that you can get an ideal scale, or maybe an ideal scope of people that you want to reach. After asking that, now you need to create a message. What message do you want to pass to people? Remember, we are creating an advert. So what information do you want to pass to your audience? Do you want to tell them there's a promotion? Do you want to do this and that? Those are some of the things that you need to ask. After putting all that together, now there is a budget cap. Here you'll tell Google, I only want to spend 5,000 or less than that. So if you put a budget cap, it means if the moment the cap has reached that particular limit that you had set, the ad stops running. That is it. And then Lastly, after doing that, you now need to go live. Going live, it means your ad will appear as the image that you are seeing on your right hand side, guys. So try as much as possible. Ask yourself, am I okay with the business goal? Where do I want to advertise? What information do I want to pass? What is my budget? And then lastly, you go live. Any question on Google Ads? My moderator will be posting to you the ads.google.com link where you can be in a position to just click on it and navigate and see how best you can navigate through it. If you have any question, guys, feel free to post it on our chat and we will be glad to just respond to them. Let me ask, guys, I know most of you are on social media, but how best do you use these social media channels and email to market your business? If you're having a business, what do you do on your Facebook to market it? What do you do on your Twitter to market it? Those are some of the questions you need to ask yourself. And just to kick us off, which social media channels does your business use? Can you tell us some of the social media channels that you use? And when we are looking at that, guys, I know most of you might say they're using WhatsApp for business, some are using Facebook, some are using this particular type of a social media platform. But the big question, how will that social media help your business grow? Are you just posting for the sake of posting? Are you just commenting for the sake of commenting? So the moment I ask that, whatever you are doing online on that particular social profile, is it able to generate sales for you? And when you're talking about generating sales, is it able to make you reach new customers? Is it able to create new business opportunity to you? Is it able to make you target the right demographics of your customers? Those are some of the questions you must ask yourself. The second thing, does it add value to your brand? And adding value to your brand is raising your customer service levels. You know, when your customers are very happy with your product or your service, you as a business will feel, yes, they are promoting my brand. Because you can imagine if everybody goes somewhere and they say tissue ni Bella. Anybody who works at Bella, they know they have got the perfect tissue. So anytime customers are very happy with your product, they will raise or add value to your brand, either by expressing that or by posting it on their social media platforms, and you will see the numbers increasing for people who have demand of your product. And then also we have improving your market. This is the most important. How do you market? It helps you to get noticed and also attract people to your sites. Because if I have a social media platform and I have Google My Business, I can easily link my Facebook to my Google My Business, which means if anybody is looking for my product on Google, they can easily hook up with me on my Facebook page. So it can also assist you to improve your marketing. And just to add, guys, we also have organic social media and we have paid. As the name insinuates, organic is totally free, but paid, you have to pay something for you to appear online. And then when you are using organic social media, it means you will only reach your followers and their friends. But if you use paid social media, you can reach anyone because people even who don't follow you, they will be targeted if they are at the target point where you are in. Guys, keep the questions coming. Let me get to see some of the things that you people are dealing with and some of the things that are working. And just to ask, how do you get started with social media marketing? Remember, we are looking at the strategy. And here's where, if you have a piece of paper, guys, take it out and write these points down. Number one, If you want a perfect digital social media strategy, identify your target audience. Who are your target audience? Who are you dealing with? Look at their demographics. What is their age? What is their marital status? What do they deal with? So the moment you have all these in check, you'll be in a position to tell us, this is what I'm doing. And then also we've got the location. What is your location? What location are you targeting? Are you targeting people who are outside your location? There are people in Kenya, but they are targeting the whites in London. So the moment you are targeting that, it will be very important for you to know, how am I going to do my marketing? And then we've got the profession. What profession are they in? What are some of their interests? You are just trying to break down this particular audience so that you can get the right information about them. Number two, now the big question comes here. Which platform do my audience fit in? At this particular audience on Facebook? If Facebook is the answer, yes. If they're in Facebook, are they also in LinkedIn? If it is in LinkedIn, yes. So you look at the number across all those social media channels and tell yourself, I think the best way to reach out to most of them will be on the one that has got so many. And then are they on YouTube? And if you see a number, you can easily try and test. Can I try Facebook? Learn from it, get the strategy, then come on YouTube, learn from it, get a strategy, then go to Twitter, then come to Instagram, so that at the end of the day, you've done a campaign across all the platforms and you do understand how it goes. And then number three, we've got to post engaging content regularly. This is very critical, guys. If you are online, I don't know how many of you have got friends online, and you ask yourself, what do they do online? The moment you post anything that is not engaging, you'll find some of them will just either block you or they will not comment anything. But if you put an engaging topic online, people will ask, how does it resonate best with me? And the first thing that you need to ask, what are kind of the photos that you are posting? What are some of the videos that you are posting? What are some of the articles that you are writing? Are you using any live broadcasts? What are you going live showing people about it? I know during this pandemic time, we've learned a lot, and so many media personalities have been affected. And so many people are opting to start their online platforms. Either somebody's on YouTube and you just go live, share with the audience, tell them what you do, tell them you're at this particular area. And people, by just subscribing to your channel, they get to show you more love, get to tell you what they think about whatever you're doing. They get to just know, so and so is doing this, and it is what I expect, and it is what is right. I want us to discuss a little bit on email. We've talked so much on social media. If you have any question, guys, ask any question on the chat and we will be in a position to respond to them. What are some of the questions that you're having? Feel free to ask questions, and I will just finish up on email marketing and see how best we can assist businesses to grow. How can email marketing help your business grow? That is the question I'll ask. Has any one of you interacted with an email? Have you ever used email to promote your products or services? And I'll just show you some of the things that you need to put in place if you choose email marketing is the way to go. Number one, ask yourself, which platform am I going to use? Am I going to use the MailChimp? Am I going to use the Drip? Am I going to use the Active Campaign? Some are free, like MailChimp is free, but some have got Drip, which they come with some kind of subscription. So be very sure which platform you are going to choose. And then after knowing the platform, the second thing you need to do is to build a list of relevant contacts. And here, make sure you have permission of contacting those people. Don't just go anywhere and picking their emails and then bombarding them or stuffing their email inboxes with information. Make sure you have their consent. And usually people, the moment they send this to people, they ask, do you want to be receiving emails from us? So if they choose yes, it means it will be recorded in your database, and all those emails will be the only people who will be contacted. Use your content to generate new contacts, which means the content that you put, people will be interested in subscribing to them. So if you use the negative content, people will not want to associate themselves with you. And when you're talking about content, create relevant and useful content. If I'm talking to youths, what information am I going to tell them? What is important to them at this particular moment? Ask yourself, am I treating them like VIPs? You know, being a reader is very easy to be bored. I don't know how many of you are reading set books maybe during the afternoon hours, and then you find that you are bored with that particular set book. So if you have a very good reader who reads very well, I don't know if you know how Jeff Koinange reads the news, and you are like, okay, fine. He makes you pay attention to those emphasis, those words that he has emphasized on. So you as a person, and you are writing something, what tone are you using on your email? How are you addressing that particular email? Are you addressing them like just normal guys? Are you addressing like the very important people in your life? Show them some personality, because even the way you write also will show some personality. Are you going to use some sense of humor? There are people who are writing so many good articles, and even if you want to stop reading their books, you're like, I just need to get my free time and get back to that particular book so that I know what happened after this incident. So those are some of the things that you need to put in place. And then after doing that, I'll share the tips for you to be successful in email marketing. Number one, segment. Always remember to segment and group the list for relevant content. How are you going to segment them? Are these young ones? Are these the youths? Are these the elderly? Are these professionals? So if you group them, it will be very easy for you to know what particular content suits them. Number two, always remember to keep it simple and test in different platforms. And when I say different platforms, I mean gadgets. You know, there are some emails you might be writing and they are not going to be delivered to some given devices. So test at least two or three. Don't just assume you've created something and this is the same way it's going to appear. Try it out and see, is it going to be the same way that I thought it's supposed to be? And then make sure the open and click rate to optimize the campaign. What is the open rate? Are people clicking on it? Are people opening it? What are they doing? So look at some of the things that you need to put in place. Guys, I want to check out if there's any questions in the room. Any questions? I see some. Ask any question. Are there businesses near the ICT centers that you think can benefit from GMB? Think that question. If you are around the ICT, feel free to hit us up on the chat, and we will be in a position just to get in touch with Makweni Tech and Innovation Hub to see how best we can assist. That's a good question. And if you have any if you need any assistance, feel free to hit us up on the chat, and my moderator will be in a position just to assist you in getting your business verified. If there is any question, guys, hit me up on the chat and I'll be responding to them. Remember, whatever we've been talking about is how do we use social media or marketing tools to promote your business. We began by talking about Google My Business, how to set it up, and I said it's a free tool. And one thing that you need to put in place is your business name, your business category, your contact information, and get it verified. My moderator Orwa posted the link, and we do assist you people to get verified. And remember, it is free, and it comes with one pager free website. That is one. We went ahead now to discuss the digital marketing strategy. And when you're talking about the marketing strategy, the first thing that we said, always pay attention to your audience. What are their demographics? What is their interest? What time are they online? And then from there, go to the next thing. Which social media channels do they like using? And then from analyzing that, now you go to the content. Is it something that can be engaging to them? Is it something that is useful to them? Is it something that you think will be very essential to them? Having said that, guys, now always remember the regular times that you post. I don't know. Do you have somebody's number on WhatsApp and then you see, or maybe on Facebook, you have somebody's profile as your friend and then they've never talked to you for a period of time? Either you'll ask yourself, are they really alive or are they still using this particular account? So if you're a business and you have any online platform, do put it on your calendar. How many times am I going to post within a week? And then lastly, we've come just to see how to use email marketing. Choose the platform. Are you going to use the MailChimp? And also remember to categorize them. Know the category. Treat these people like VIPs. Talk to them with that sense of personality. And then from there, tailor your content. Let it be that friendly content and informative. Any question in the room? Any question? I see people saying GMB is powerful. GMB comes with the one pager website. Yes, that is true. And if you don't have money to create a website, feel free to engage it on GMB and you'll get it right. Having said that, guys, this has just been a 1 hour session, and we have the next step. What are you going to do then on the next step after this particular session? We have our online courses here, and also these online courses are free. You can go to learndigital.withgoogle.com and you will sign up if you've never signed up and just go through some of the topics that we have here. And this particular allow you to just showcase to somebody that you took this particular course and you did learn this. So you can try this and see how far it can take you. And it's very essential. I myself have done it and I can attest that it is a very good platform and very informative. So pick it up, guys, and take up the challenge. Number two, follow us on social media platform on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and just feel free to tell us how was this session today. What did you like about it? What are some of the things that you want us to improve on? And some of the topics that also you feel we are supposed to include in our next year. Remember, we shall be continuing this in our next year journey, and we shall be covering more. We shall see how best to incorporate some of your testimonies in also our future trainings so that we can also impact the youths who are out there in a good way. Any question? And then don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as Africa118. We have a YouTube channel down there. Just hit the like button and subscribe. The moment you subscribe, you'll be in a position to get notified when we are going live. Remember, we do have series of sessions coming up. We have the Hustler one, which focuses mostly on the people who have businesses, and also we have the career one where we talk more to people who are seeking to get employment, who are basically the job seekers. So the moment you are talking about all these things, remember to ask yourself, am I doing what it takes for me to get it right? Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. It has been a pleasure having all of you here. Pleasure for all of you who have interacted with us on the chat and also who spared their time. And because of that reason, we are going to offer all of you certificate of participation. Don't leave before signing up on certificate of participation. Just feel free to click on that link that Oro has shared, and you'll be in a position to enter your name and the topic that we've just covered, and then we shall share the certificate with you in 1 or 2 weeks' time. And then after that, guys, also remember to go to the link and study more, and also share your feedback with us. We have a feedback form. Just tell us, what did you feel was great about the session, what are some of the additional things that you want us to put in place, and we shall be glad just to see how best we can improve. Thank you very much, guys. I've been your lead coach, Wanjala John, and people call me Mulon, and my moderator has been Orwa Joseph. Thank you very much, Makweni Tech and Innovation Hub. You've been very helpful on this, and this being our last session for this week, I think I have to say it was a pleasure having all of you here. And do enjoy your holidays. Keep safe, and Merry Christmas to you all, and Happy New Year. Hoping you people we shall see each other in our new 2021. Thank you, guys, and have yourself a blessed day ahead.